Jason from Kick the Piss. Today I want to talk about how quitting alcohol transformed my life in 30 days. In 30 days, I was able to transform my life from an absolute nightmare to a resemblance of normal. How did I do that? I went through the withdrawal and pain of stopping drinking. The first thing that I need to tell you is that stopping drinking in itself will not cure all your problems. Step one is actually getting sober. And then step two is actually living sober. You've got to go through the initial part of the first 30 days to get sober, to get clear, and to start to build your life on that. For me, coming to the realization that I needed to stop alcohol was a long process, many years and many failed attempts. But each failed attempt gets you closer to the actual attempt that's going to work. Whether you've tried one time or 150 times, every time that you try, every time that you step up to the plate and try again, is getting you closer to the goal. First of all, do not get discouraged if you've tried and you fail. All it is just that you've worked out, oh, that didn't work, so we'll try again, step up to the plate again. Because if it didn't work the first time, you're a baby in sobriety, so what you need to do is just to start where you're at, and every day just put one foot in front of the other and start to work. Some of the challenges for men, initially, mainly for men, is that we have all this responsibility on us when we need help to stop drinking. We've got the work life, with the family, we've got all these different things. And perhaps even the feeling is that we should be able to handle our booze. The society pressures. So all these pressures that are working to keep us stuck in the fuckery and the cycle of alcoholism or dependence drinking. Don't feel as though that you're alone in this, because many men, including myself, have gone through this struggle, and getting sober, like I said, is a process and it takes time. Pushed everything as far as I could go in my drinking in terms of my health, my relationships, my family, and just my life. So I had a choice to continue down that road and face ever increasing consequences, or go, okay, perhaps we can live a different way. That in itself can be quite scary. That in itself is a challenge. But when you get to that point, some people choose the path of more pain, which is continuing drinking, or some people choose the path of sobriety, which is freedom. But it's only the beginning of freedom. Sobriety isn't the cure-all for every problem in your life. It is the start of, because you're not really living when you're getting pissed. So for the initial 30 days, just think of it as a reset of your life and an opportunity for you to build. From this is where it can be quite challenging for men, women, and everyone that struggles with alcoholism or struggles with dependent drinking. It doesn't. It just continues on. Life goes on. And for us, maybe everything, our whole life revolves around drinking. So when you take that out, you're just stuck with yourself. And life can be very lonely, empty. This is the challenge. And this is why going through this initial 30 days is so important. It gives you a base to go, oh, here, this is step one. Step one is getting a clear base, getting somewhere where you can start to build your life upon. When we talk about withdrawal and stopping drinking, the initial phase is day 1 to day 7. We talk about the acute phase, or the phase where it's really difficult physically and mentally, but mainly physically. It's more of a physical battle, because you're going to go through those withdrawal symptoms. They can either be mild or severe. Depending on how much you're drinking will depend on how severe your withdrawal will be. My withdrawal was quite severe, and I did this in a medical facility. But you and your medical professional will be able to work out whether or not you need to go and get some help medically to detox. Alcohol is a drug that can be quite dangerous if you withdraw and you're physically dependent. But you'll know within yourself, depending on how much you drink, whether the medical detox is a road that you need to go down. But always, it's important that you speak to your medical professionals to get help, because, like I said, alcohol withdrawal, if you're a very heavy drinker, can be dangerous. What you're going to feel, you're just going to feel tired. You're going to feel cravings. You're going to have difficulty sleeping. You're going to be irritable. You're going to be angry. You're going to have mood swings. And these are the things that are going to come up. And these are going to be the things that are going to be your challenges for the initial phases, because you've got to be able to get through that. And then you've got to learn to deal with your triggers, learn to deal with some of the triggers that have come up with you when you start to go into your life. Even in the initial phases, you're going to be living your life still. if you're not in a medical facility, and you've still got to navigate life's challenges. You've still got to navigate your social life. You've still got to navigate your stress. You've still got to navigate boredom. All these things are going to come up for you, and you're going to feel them initially more intensely because you're going through that withdrawal. And what I found, I was quite sick for the initial phases, and I was just really tired. And you will find that will be a common theme of any withdrawal process is that you'll be tired, you'll be lethargic, you'll feel anxious, you're going to feel all over the shop. So it's important that you stay hydrated. It's important that you try and eat healthy, have some things to keep you interested and keep your mind off it and just keep moving forward. Day after day, you want to just keep moving forward. So just focus on the prize, focus that the initial 30 days is that you just want to get through that. So then we go day 8 to 14, where you're going to really feel the start. Usually by about 2 weeks, the physical part is starting to subside. So your sleep's going to start to improve. You're going to have better restful. You're going to feel more clear. Your emotions are going to start to clear, and you're going to feel calm, and the anxiety is going to drop off, and you're going to start to feel a bit more motivated to just start to live your life and start to take life a little bit more seriously and start to do things. This is where it can be a bit of a challenge because you're starting to feel better. And then you'll start to say to yourself, it wasn't really that bad. And then you start to forget. And the longer that you're sober for, the easier it is to forget how bad it really was because your life starts to improve, your health starts to improve, your mind starts to improve, everything starts to improve. And then you're like, I'm okay, well, I can just have a drink now. Then you can go back all the way back to day one. And that's okay if that happens. And that's part of the recovery process. But you don't have to keep going backwards and forwards through this process because if you just keep moving forward day after day, you need to just say one of the things that really helped me in my initial phases of sobriety was like when I came out of the medical center and medical detox is I just said, I'm not going to drink today. And it's part of AA and all that sort of stuff, but that's a different story. Just go, I'm not going to drink right now. Just break it down and just put it off for now. And then you'll get through that craving. You'll get through that initial pain point, and then you'll realize that it was just a little bump in your emotional feelings and how you were going through that point in your day. And it comes and goes just as quickly as any other feeling. Sometimes when we're going through that initial phase in the first couple of weeks of sobriety is that it can be very challenging to get through because we've still got that thinking that, oh, just a drink will fix it all. You and I both know that a drink will not fix the underlying problems in our lives. You can't fix a problem that you don't acknowledge, and you can't fix a problem that you're avoiding. If that was the case, I wouldn't have any problems for the next 20 years. So my advice is just to go through, break the process, break it down day by day and just keep moving forward. And then we get to day 15 to 21, where we start to get some visible health benefits, where our health really starts to take a real turn for the better. And we start to feel physically vibrant. We start to lose some weight. Our skin will become better. We'll become more energetic. We become more social. Our social life will be easier. We'll be able to have some social interactions and not be just focusing on getting pissed. The cravings will go down, and then you can start to learn about how you can manage your stress, how you can start to manage your emotions, and how you can start to manage your life. And then some of the tools that I found that were quite helpful were just journaling and talking to people and keeping the mind active, because it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're drinking, you're not really thinking, and you're not really living your life. So you've got to think, I don't want to go through my life and not live it. Drinking basically takes you out of your life. If you can get up to 15 to 21 days, then it's quite close to the goal of your 30 days. By days 22 to 30, that's when you mentally become very clear and you just feel empowered and confident in control. And that's ultimately what we all want. We all want to feel powerful. We all want to feel confident. We all want to feel in control of our lives. You don't want to give control over to a drug, regardless of what that drug is, because if you're giving control of your life to something that's external from you, that means that you can never actually control your life. You can't control your thoughts and you can't control your actions. And that's the downfall of alcohol, is that it takes control of all aspects of our lives to the point where it destroys our life. And then we're stuck with the wreckage of that. And we have to start to build our lives again to a point from day 22 to 30 to start to feel as though that you're starting to get back in control. Then you can start to move your life in the direction that you want to go. And it will really help you to get started in terms of your working environment. You'll start to become more productive. You'll start to become a decent human being, and you'll start to feel physically, mentally, and emotionally better. What I want to do, I want to encourage you as a man, just to acknowledge that, yeah, things aren't working the way that you want them to. And that's okay. You need to stop drinking or cut down at least, or reassess after the 30 days, because you can't really assess the role of drinking in your life if you need to drink every day or if you need to drink every other day. If you can't go without drinking for an extended period of time, that would say that alcohol plays a part in your life, whether that is a way to de-stress, whether that's a way to unwind. If you need something external from you to feel a bit better or feel differently, then it's time to reassess your relationship with alcohol. And that's why it's important to give yourself a sober reset or a reset for 30 days to go, this is where I'm at. This is my baseline. And then at the end of the 30 days, if it works for you, you continue on. If you feel as though that you could have a part of alcohol in your life, maybe not, maybe reassess that. But you can't really work out what your life will be like sober or with alcohol if you don't have some contrast. And the best way to do that is to give yourself a 30-day reset to go, well, where do I go from here? And that's why stopping drinking initially can be quite difficult at times, because it's a big process. But just know that you're not alone. Know there's people out there that want to help you. And there's communities of people, and there's ways that you can do it that are easier than others. But ultimately, it's about you taking control of your life, your mind, your body, and everything around you to say, this is me. I'm powerful, and stepping back into that power and knowing deep within yourself that you're worth fighting for. Because for a long time when I was in my addiction and when I was drinking every day, I felt like shit. I didn't want to go on and continue on this fuckery, but I didn't know how to stop. But just know that there's plenty of people that have stopped, myself included. I live now a life of sobriety. I still have challenges. I still have a life where I would like things to be better, improve, or be different. But at least now I can start to do something positive with that life. And like I said, you can't build a life on an island of sand. You need a firm foundation, and that's sobriety. So some of the tips that really helped me to get sober were starting with a clear why I wanted to get sober. Like, why is it that you want to get sober? And then revisit it daily, because when times get tough, the why will take care of the house, and then get support. And encourage people to support you in your journey. Your family, your friend, and people in the sober community can help you and push you and track your progress. So whether that's with a video or journaling or lots of different things that you can do to really track your progress, and then you'll be able to celebrate, because you'll know each win, each day is a small win. If you want to celebrate all the small wins along the way. And it's really important that you celebrate and you really get clear on your why. So I want to encourage you to try 30 days of sobriety, to stop drinking for 30 days and just see what your life could be like without alcohol in your life. Once you've tried the 30-day challenge, once you've stopped drinking for 30 days, you're not going to want to continue. And if that sounds like something that you'd like to try, or if you'd like to try sobriety long term, go to kickthepiss.com, and I encourage you to just join us in our free challenge or our free program. You can get encouragement and you can move your life forward in the world of sobriety. So that's www.kickthepiss.com. You're worth it. My name's Jason, and I'm the head coach and trainer at Kick the Piss. And I just want you to come, check us out. And if I can help you in any way, reach out, because I've got your back and you can do it. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself.